So anyway, I was in Athens, Georgia a couple of weeks ago for a Matthew Sweet concert, and I looked over at the entryway for the University of Georgia, and I saw a collection of students that looked suspiciously a lot like homeless people, protesting, apparently going along with the whole Occupy fill in the blank movement. There were about 3 or 4 of them, and they're all holding up, cardboard signs with slogans that I just don't understand. I mean, I'm not really sure what message they're trying to get across, because there are just so many things. Some of them are holding up signs talking about the environmental movement. Others were talking about unions. It was just this hodgepodge of ideas and notions and causes that apparently have kind of become the du jour of the day. Take any and all things that are liberally tinted and smash them together and say, hey, this is what's ruining the economy. Well, anyway, I've been seeing a lot of this lately, and I thought it'd be a flash in the pan, but now it's in its, 3rd or 4th week. And it's time for someone to stand up and call this movement on the absurd principles that it stands for, on the just absolutely stupid and ridiculous platform that it is. I'll show you something today. This is the Tuesday, October 18th version of the New York Times. Hope you can see these photos here. It's basically an article on the front page. We're talking about people that have grievances against Wall Street and the industrial complex. And as you can see here, these people have so many different causes they're fighting for. You have this woman here holding up a sign that says, I am very upset, which apparently she's raging against the frustration movement. I'm telling you, disappointment has been something that politicians have been neglecting to talk about for years and years now. Glad to see that someone, apparently Chewbacca, is standing up to this, and I think it's great. Of course, you have here saying stop the wars. What wars are we involved in? Like 1, 2? Got this guy over here saying he wants to end the Federal Reserve Board. Oh, my favorite scapegoat in the world. Blaming the Federal Reserve Board is kind of like blaming Satan for all the ills of the world. It's just so easy. It's the universal, remedy. You can vilify them and just accuse them of being the root cause of all vileness in American society. Oh yeah, I hate Alex Jones. You've got this elderly-looking woman, I believe it's a woman, holding up a sign that says "Reform Corporate Welfare," and this guy over here, or a female, excuse me, holding a sign that says "Young, Educated, and Unemployed," with a peace sign. Although I'm not really sure how the peace movement and being unemployed, whatever. But the most important thing, which is this guy right here. Look at this absolute work of a human being. This guy, I think, should be the poster boy for the Occupy whatever movement. This guy should be the Tiananmen Square guy for the Occupy Wall Street movement. Let me just read you a little quip here from the newspaper about his beliefs and what he's fighting for. Ken Allent's guitar, which he covered with bumper stickers and waved in the air at the Occupy Phoenix protest on Monday, is a symbol of the movement itself, a melange of disparate causes, all of which prompt his blood to boil. Mr. Allent, 53, an out-of-work stagehand. Now, right then and there, I think you pretty much have an idea that this guy would have been unemployed regardless of anything going on. If you were 53 years old and the absolute highest you ever achieved in life was being a guy that walks around backstage carrying sandbags in Tucson, I'm just saying you were probably destined for failure all along. I mean, you've had half a century to make your way in this world, and the absolute best you can do is working in a community theater in Arizona. Maybe the Federal Reserve isn't to blame for your economic plight. Maybe it's the fact that you're, yeah. So anyway, he's one of the hundreds participating in Phoenix's version of Occupy Wall Street. He's furious that people are dying in foreign wars. You know how many foreign wars are going on right now? There's like 100. Throw in, the whole domestic dispute, civil disobedience, thousands going on in the world right now. Name 3. This guy couldn't do it. I'm guessing. You know, it's all hearsay. I'm just kind of estimating here. You know what he looks like? Go ahead, look at that. He reminds me. This is what Kerry King from Slayer is going to look like in about 30 years. It's the best thing here. You know, there's Obama is the Joker. 9/11 was an inside job. No nukes. Yeah. All of these are to blame for the fact that you probably have an 8th grade education. So anyway, back to it. And this is the best part of the entire story, I think. He is angry that medical marijuana was still considered illegal despite Arizona voters' approval of it. He is livid about his lot in life. You know, right then and there, you should probably know something. Maybe the fact that this guy is really faltered in life and really hasn't achieved anything and is stuck on the bottom row of the economic pecking order, maybe it's not because there's all these corporate abuses going on. Maybe, and this goes to the entire Occupy movement, maybe the reason you're unemployed and you can't find work and you're just living a crappy life is because you made it that way. You never got an education. Or if you did get an education, you got a really stupid, lackluster one that never has absolutely no value to the market whatsoever. People that study in things like life studies. Oh boy, yeah, let me tell you, a real in-demand career. You never learn skills. And to top it all off, what do you spend your time doing? You're sitting around in your underwear, smoking the marijuana, playing the Xbox. Yeah, that's really going to make you marketable. You know, the only person you can blame for your economic failure is you. Learn to accept it. Take some responsibility. It's so easy to go out there and hold up a sign that says, blame blankety blank. When reality is, if you just would have worked harder, if you would have studied, if you would have tried to understand and grasp what's really going on in the world, you'd be in a better place. But just you wait. Direct quote, and this is what we're ending on. Bro, I've been lied to so many times that I don't know what to believe, Mr. Allen said. Are we really surprised this guy's unemployed? I mean, you're being interviewed by the most prestigious newspaper in the country, and you say to a reporter, the very first word that comes out of your mouth, bro. Yeah, what is this guy doing, you know, when he's not protesting? What was he doing before? I mean, was he sitting out there, you know, behind a 7-Eleven, you know, trying to retro-engineer Sudafed into something? He's stealing copper out of walls? I really can't say we're losing a cancer cure here. I doubt this is the guy that's going to pioneer cold fusion. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the tragedy here is. And his final quote, all the world's problems run downhill, and I'm at the bottom. Yeah, that's the way it's been since humanity started. I mean, I don't understand why this movement is happening. Look, if you want to better your lot in life, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get there by standing around holding cardboard signs, blaming everybody in the world for your problems except you. You want a better economic lot in life? You want more money? You want a job? Get an education. Not just a diploma, an education. Actually sit down and try to take notes and learn something. Be passionate. Try to understand the world. Try to comprehend the way others think. Try to find out how the market works. Get in there and be responsible. That means not spending your money on the latest Apple whatever, or going out and blowing it on alcohol, or going out and buying whatever you kids buy these days. It means being responsible. It means being an adult, and it means making appropriate, responsible decisions as a fully functional, independent human being, and that includes your economic lot. So to conclude, you're stupid. Good night.